All right. We got this shit more or less straightened out here. Oh. Hold on for 1 second.
No. All right, I got it. We're streaming. We are live.
All righty. I am back. Sort of. It's going to be a short show tonight, guys. I've got the slow downloader, so it takes me forever to download content, and I forgot about that, so I started late. Well, actually, no, I wasn't even ready until late, so it wasn't even really my fault, but it happens. Shit occurs. Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Bongino.
Get ready to hear the truth about America on a show that's not immune to the facts with your host, Dan Bongino.
All right, welcome to the Dan Bongino Show. Producer Joe, how are you today?
Man, I'm doing well. How about that show yesterday, Dano?
Yeah, I know. That show, me and Joe were just chatting about it. Yesterday's show did really tremendously on a platform, so thank you, where we put together a couple of pieces of the puzzle about the movie script. So listen to yesterday's show. It's going to tie into today's show a little bit. Too, where I'll cover a lot of this and add to it because it was really stacked. But I got a lot of news to get to as well that I missed yesterday because there's a lot going on. I want to get to that first because it's important and you need to know it. Let's get right to it. Today's show brought to you by G Code. G Code. You know I'm a big supporter of the Second Amendment. Carry a firearm myself. I have a concealed carry weapons permit down here in Florida, and depending on the state you lies. And people are still promoting socialism is a moral and ethical stain on their souls that they will not be able to wipe clean anytime soon. Everyone who interviews Bernie Sanders, Ocasio-Cortez, and Cory Booker and anyone else promoting far-left socialist ideas should be immediately asked and on the record about what's going on in Venezuela and how similar policies are promoting here about government takeovers, making billionaires somehow illegal, Medicare for all, which is really government-controlled medicine, how those policies have been tried elsewhere and have led to starvation, deprivation, and destruction. And in live time, we are now watching the collapse of socialism and the destruction of people's lives in Venezuela. Salute, hat tip to President Trump for recognizing, let me say his name wrong, Juan Guaidó, as the new president of Venezuela, the president of the National Assembly. Nicolas Maduro is a fraud. He is a fake. He is a charlatan. He is a murderous tyrant. And good for President Trump for taking a stand and saying, Maduro, you are out. And he recognized the new president, who is the president of the National Assembly, as the only legitimate president right now of Venezuela. Good for him. People are gathering in the streets by the tens of thousands. We're in the streets by the tens of thousands in Venezuela. They've had enough. They've had enough of these central planners and socialist murderers. I want them on the record, all of them. Oh, we're not trying to follow that model. We're trying to follow the model of Denmark. They're not socialists, you idiots. Those are capitalist economies. Some of them that have lower tax rates, specific tax rates than we do. Socialism kills. Socialism is murder. Socialism is starvation and destruction. Socialism is the police state. You are watching this right now in live time. Open your eyes. Clockwork Orange style. And look at it. Watch it. Yeah, exactly. Wish we had this video. We will soon.
Viddy.
Want to make sure it's perfect.
Yeah.
I know Jeremy from the Daily Wire keeps tweeting me. Jeremy, we're trying to get it perfect. That's why. Open your eyes and watch. Watch what's happening right now. Venezuelans, middle-class Venezuelans losing in the average of 18 to 20 pounds because they're starving to death. Because central planners in government don't have the knowledge or capabilities to run businesses. Like business people actually invested in their businesses do. They are starving that place. A lot of other stuff going on. Michael Cohen is now retracting his offer to speak in front of a congressional committee on February 7th. He is retracting it, interestingly enough, through Lanny Davis, Clinton hack, former Clinton insider now, close confidant of the Clintons, who for some reason, wow, Joe, interesting how all these Clinton people and Obama people keep turning up in the Mueller probe. I'll get to him later, by the way.
Yeah.
But Cohen is now pulling back his offer to testify in front of a congressional committee, citing the fact that he's been threatened by President Trump. A bold-faced lie. A total lie. Made up, fabrication, total nonsense, and untruth. He's making this up. My guess is Cohen's starting to realize that he's a central player in a criminal scheme outside of his role in the Trump orbit, and that investigation may focus in on him, and that the information he claims to have on Trump is complete garbage. I'm going to get to that a little later, so let me just leave that here. I just want to make sure I get the news stuff out. I am going to get to the Solomon stuff I teased yesterday as well. Nancy Pelosi in the State of the Union. Big news yesterday. Donald Trump accepted the invite Nancy Pelosi had issued to the White House for the State of the Union address earlier in the month, which she then rescinded, citing nonsense, fabricated security reasons. The Secret Service, I'm having some inside input on this. I'm going to give you the inside baseball. The Secret Service immediately refutes Nancy Pelosi's story that this shutdown is causing security problems.
Do you hear
Pelosi
singing?
then fires back and says he's not invited, and the State of the Union, as per yesterday, has been canceled. Let me tell you, one, what I think Donald Trump should do, and secondly, what really happened behind the scenes here.
Photos of goats with proof of life.
Joe, Donald Trump should triumphantly walk into the Senate at the invite of Mitch McConnell, the majority leader. The Republicans still control the Senate. They don't control the House of Representatives. He should walk into that Senate. It is a smaller chamber, but he should walk in there, stand there, and issue that State of the Union from the United States Senate. And in that State of the Union, he should lay out the case in front of a national audience why the State of the Union would be so much better if we had a border wall on our southern border. This is the opportunity.
Bam.
Nobody is going to stop him. And you know what he should do after that? He should pop in on the House side. He should walk in there and informally address the Republican members of the Congress, because you know no Democrats will show up in the House of Representatives. And he should informally take a Q&A right there. You want to see who the boss is? Now we'll see who the boss is. Nancy Pelosi is not a co-equal branch of government. The legislative branch is comprised of the Congress, the House of Representatives, and the United States Senate. Nancy Pelosi is one of 435 members of one half of the legislative branch. I bet a lot of those members would like to hear from the president. Walk into that Senate side, issue that speech you want to give, and then walk right over into a presser on the House floor afterwards. Folks, the Secret Service security story was a fabrication. It was made up. The Secret Service are not mercenaries. These are dedicated men and women who are going to do their job no matter what. They know they're going to get back pay. They're not happy about their paychecks being delayed. But I promise you, based on every single source I have, it has not impacted their workflow or work product one bit. And let me tell you something else. The sergeant at arms responsible for security of that chamber, Joe, is a former Secret Service agent who knows these guys well. Mm-hmm. He does not work for the Secret Service. He does not work for the executive branch. He's a good guy. And I certainly don't mean to put him on the spot.
Right.
But you know darn well, Joe, nobody's going to stop the President of the United States if he chooses to walk onto that House floor and address members. Nobody. And they shouldn't. The president has every right to talk to his caucus over there. He should give that speech from the Senate at the invitation of Mitch McConnell. Of course, Pence is the president of the Senate. And then he should walk over on that House floor and let those cameras follow him. Nancy Pelosi is not herself a co-equal branch of government. Donald Trump is. The presidency is embodied in one man or woman, in one branch of government. The unitary executive. It is not a unitary legislative branch. I expect you may see something coming up like that. We'll see.
We'll see, Daniel. We'll see.
We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I don't expect Donald Trump to take any of this lying down. I'm not suggesting it's going to happen exactly like that. I'm just telling you, knowing the Trump team like I know them, I don't expect Donald Trump to take any of this lying down. The State of the Union will definitely not be canceled. One, it's his constitutional duty to issue a State of the Union, some form of an address. He can issue it in writing or as an address, but he does have to issue some indications of what the State of the Union is to the Congress. Okay, one more quick story before I start knocking some stuff out on this Spygate stuff. Daniel Horowitz has a really great piece in Conservative Review today, folks. I really need you to look at. It is a devastating indictment of what our open borders policies, DACA and everything else has done to create a human rights catastrophe, a civil liberties catastrophe, a criminal catastrophe in Mexico. You know, it's interesting. You see a lot of liberal talking heads and commentators, Joe, talking about how we have to, we have underprivileged people who live in countries that are poorer than we are. We have an obligation to we have no obligation to do that at all.
No.
We have an obligation to take care of United States citizens.
That's right.
And we have an obligation to make sure that our country is run in a civil, orderly manner. If that involves legal immigration at times, fine. If it involves slowing down of legal immigration at times, that's fine too. But there is a catastrophe happening in Mexico right now. Daniel Horowitz's piece of the Conservative Review, Joe. There were 33,341 murder investigations in Mexico last year.
Oh,
33,000 murder investigations. Not 3,000, 33,000. Likely the entire population of the neighborhood and the adjoining neighborhood I live in. That's up from an astonishing 28,866 in 2017. Joe, at the height of the cartel battles in 2014, there were only 16,108 active murder investigations in Mexico. We are talking about double the number. What is happening? Smuggling routes are happening for illegal immigrants. These smuggling routes and control of specific areas of the Mexican-United States border. These smuggling routes, there are battles for control. Folks, it costs a lot of money to smuggle yourself across the border illegally. When you do that, these cartels make money. These syndicates of people involved in the smuggling of human beings across our border in an inhumane, non-legal manner are making a fortune off this. When someone encroaches on their territory, Joe, people get killed. This is what open borders, non-civil, non-organized immigration looks like. It looks like death in Mexico. This is not humanitarian. You are empowering human smugglers, child sex traffickers, drug traffickers, the worst of the worst, to get desperate people across a border in the most illegal, unethical, dangerous way possible. And there are now 33,341 murder investigations going on. Read Horowitz's piece. It's astounding. I got a lot of emails and a lot of articles. I don't get to read them all. But I read the first paragraph of this. He always writes pretty long, lengthy, but very good pieces. I couldn't put it down. You want to be humanitarians? Maybe an orderly immigration process where people enter at a port of entry and cartels and human smugglers don't control that. Maybe that would stop the 33,341 murder investigations in Mexico. Disgraceful. This is a human rights crisis in Mexico right now. The big R right to be alive. Well, you know what? Let me hit one more because I want to rock and roll to this. Have another story in the show notes. I don't want you to miss the news of the week. This is why. You're going to start hearing this poll. Get ready. Get ready for your liberal friends. Don't worry. I have the immediate point you can debunk them on. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. There was a poll out. Article up in the Hill. 56% of people polled, Joe, think Medicare for all is a good idea or prefer Medicare for all. Oh, man, socialism. It's winning. Medicare, which is government-run healthcare, basically. Rationed, cheap, low-quality, government-run medicine. That's what Medicare for All is. Make no mistake. Poll on the Hill, the liberals are now celebrating. 56% prefer Medicare for All. Oh, but did you continue to read the poll? There's always an asterisk, Joe. There's always a caveat.
Right.
Always a proviso somewhere in there. When you actually ask the question, would you prefer Medicare for All if you knew your taxes were going to go up? That number drops 20 points to 37%.
Ain't that a kick in the asterisks? Yeah.
It's always, all the information is
yes.
always in the footnotes, isn't it? So when you're liberal, I just want to prepare you. This show is all about preparing you for these arguments you are going to have with your liberal buddies. Remember, you're never arguing with your liberal friends when you debate them. A lot of them have skulls 6 feet thick. You're arguing for the third party listening in. This happened to me at the Maryland State Fair when I was running for office. I sat there arguing with a liberal woman, school teacher, about school choice forever. All she did was yell, and all I did was make reasoned points. I did not break through one bit, but I kid you not, a person came up to me afterwards, a young gentleman, and said, I listened to that whole thing, and what you said made a lot of sense. You changed my mind. Remember, with liberals, you are rarely, if ever, debating them. You are debating them because there's a third person listening. When you come out with the facts and data and reasoned analysis, you look like the reasonable person while the snowflake social justice warriors scream their heads off. You are going to hear about this poll. Wow, 56% of Americans prefer Medicare for All. Really? Because when you tell them how much it costs, that's only 37%. Did you know that? No, you didn't. You forgot that part, didn't you? Ding, 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 ding. I'm sure I'll hear this from Chris Hahn Saturday night and Judge Janine about this poll. He never reads the asterisks. I like Chris personally, but he never knows what he's talking about.
Sorry.
Dude. I'm telling you, man, this video is going to be classic. Oh, boy. All right, let me get to this, Chris. This is important. I want to just start rocking and rolling with yesterday's timeline because I've got a new plan A, plan B, and plan C. Remember the viral speech where I simply laid out in 20 minutes the whole Spygate scheme? I've had to make improvs to that. We're going to get to that. All right, today's show brought to you by Brickhouse Nutrition as well. Ladies and gentlemen, Brickhouse makes one of the finest nutrition supplement products on the market. I'm not kidding when I tell you this does two things better than what I believe to be any supplement out there. It will help you look better, which, come on, we all want to look better. It's not vain or narcissistic. We all want to look better. We're visual creatures, right? We're not like, blind as bats. And it will help you perform better as well. The product is called Foundation. It is chief of staff for Strobe Talbot, who was Bill Clinton, was a higher up in Bill Clinton's State Department. Strobe Talbot's brother-in-law is a guy named Cody Shear. Cody Shear was feeding dossiers to the State Department. Shear is a close confidant of the Clinton team. What I'm trying to tell you is Victoria Nuland is deeply embedded in the Clinton web of schemers. She worked at the State Department. The State Department, Joe, is a diplomatic outfit. It is not an intelligence or law enforcement outfit. The State Department's job is to conduct international diplomacy, not to conduct spying, political hit operations. It's not to conduct intelligence operations, to do liaison with foreign intelligence operations. That is not their job.
Right.
But I want you to listen to Victoria Nuland last year on Face the Nation talk about how they've been dealing with Christopher Steele, a foreign spy, although she's a diplomat, she's not a spy, for a really long time.
Victoria, Congressman Gowdy said they now have concerns about the State Department. You served there until recently. Do you know what he's talking about?
I don't. I look forward to hearing what he's talking about. I will tell you, though, Margaret, that during the Ukraine crisis in 2014 and 15, Chris Steele had a number of commercial clients who were asking him for reports on what was going on in Russia, what was going on in Ukraine, what was going on between them. Chris had a friend at the State Department, and he offered us that reporting free so that we could also benefit from it. It was one of, hundreds of sources that we were using to try to understand what was going on.
Oh, really? Isn't that nice? So during the Ukraine crisis, you mean you said the same Ukraine crisis and the same players involved in the movie script from 2007, Manafort and his Ukraine connections and Rick Davis?
Ew.
You mean that guy? So basically, let me do the Victoria Nuland translator for you. This is you may say, why are you bringing up this old quote? Because this is important. She lays the whole thing out about the flood the zone strategy. Mm-hmm. Send a bunch of negative information about Donald Trump through multiple avenues, hoping it gets into the FBI and into the courts so they can prosecute him, impeach him, or leak it to the media. She says, during the Ukraine crisis, we had worked with Steele before. The Ukraine crisis, Manafort and the Davis have Ukrainian clients. Manafort is one of the key players in the 2007 movie script, the Glenn Simpson Wall Street Journal piece we talked about yesterday, that they tried against McCain in the past, but the Bush administration wouldn't allow it. This hit is done in 2007. The same hit's done against Donald Trump later. The only reason it works better against Trump than it did against McCain, with the Clinton team and Democrats trying this same Russian collusion hit against McCain through the Ukrainian pro-Russian folks that Manafort was working for, is because the Obama administration is willing to play ball with weaponized government, and the Bush team wasn't. The Bush team warned McCain. So Nuland says, during the Ukraine crisis, again, in other words, indicating that the Ukraine is constantly used as an excuse to open up avenues of communication, Joe, with intelligence people that should be dealing with the intelligence community, not the State Department. Right. Why, Joe? Why is the Ukraine crisis? What's happening in Ukraine? Why is this the vehicle Nuland needs to talk to Steele? I'm going to answer this for you. Guy got upset, by the way. They don't let you answer sometimes.
It's good.
He did. Yeah, but Joe, you're good, right? You know, Joe, yeah. I know when, because Joe's doing a lot, folks. You got to understand, he's got a computer there. He's doing cuts. Sometimes he doesn't get to listen to the whole thing. The reason, Joe, Victoria Nuland needs the Ukraine crisis is because Ukraine is the connection to Manafort. Manafort's working for a pro-Russian Ukrainian. The same story they used against McCain. I can't say this enough. In order to have a cover story as to why the State Department, a diplomatic entity, is talking to a foreign intelligence source, Christopher Steele. Think about that. About a political opponent of the administration they work for. They need a cover story, and the Ukraine crisis is the perfect cover story. Ukraine is a mess. But Manafort, who had worked for the Trump team in a brief moment as a higher-up campaign official and was fired, that gives them the vehicle to talk to Christopher Steele. They don't, folks, understand, they don't believe any of this stuff. They just know they need Steele's information to get back to the FBI, and they figure if they send it to the State Department, they can flood the zone and launder the information. She also says in this piece, using the Victoria Nuland translation, so Ukraine crisis is code word in Nuland world, Joe, for we had to get Paul Manafort because he was connected to Trump, and the only way we could do it is the Ukraine crisis, right? The second point she makes, she says, well, Steele had a friend at the State Department. Oh, he had a friend, did he?
Oh.
Yeah, that's cute, isn't it?
Yes.
What she doesn't mention is that the friend is Jonathan Weiner, as I said yesterday, a guy who had worked for APCO, a lobbying firm that had also represented companies involved in the Uranium One deal and was doing pro bono work for the Clinton Foundation. Convenient how all these people are always tied to the Clintons. Nuland worked for Strobe Talbot, who was a big shot in the Bill Clinton State Department. Strobe Talbot's brother-in-law is Cody Shear. Cody Shear is a former journalist and a hitman for Sid Blumenthal, Clinton's buddy. Shear gives the memos to Nuland, who knows Talbot, Shear's brother-in-law. Weiner, again, working with APCO. APCO's doing lobbying work for the Clintons. They're also working in parts of this Uranium One deal. To say this guy just happens to get the information from Steele. Ladies and gentlemen, they all know each other. This is a sophisticated information laundering operation. I took a note here. Here's it. I can't even read my own writing. As I was playing that clip there, what Joe was. Mm-hmm. She says, he offered us the information. Did he really? Like he was just some benevolent knight coming out of nowhere, Joe. Knights of the Round Table, He just came here. This guy, Sir Christopher Steele, just popped in there and offered, hey, guys. So, Joe, let me ask you something. If you had information that critical, could you just pop into the State Department?
Well, I don't know. If I was, walking on by, Yeah.
knock on the door.
Yeah.
Hey, fellas.
We demand a shrubbery. Here we go.
It reminds me of Rocky, too, when the guy tries to sign the promotion contract with him. And Rocky's now famous because he took Apollo Creed to the end of the match. And he goes, well, you're going to call us, Rocky? He said, but we don't have your phone number. Rocky goes, that's all right. I'll go, hey-o. Remember that time? Of course you couldn't just walk into the State Department. He offered us the information. A former foreign spy just randomly showed up. Victoria, give us all a break, please. Victoria Nuland, translator, part number 3. We were working with foreign spies to generate negative information on Trump to flood the zone.
World champion Goodnick at your service.
Yes, we're uncovering this thing piece by piece. Let me tell you, this second book is going to be killer. Now, getting back to yesterday's Flood the Zone piece by Solomon, which is excellent. It's in yesterday's show notes. I covered point 1 yesterday, how information generated by the Clinton machine was being pushed everywhere, generated in the middle of a wheel, out like spokes to the diameter of the wheel to various people, hoping it made its way back to the FBI. The first piece of information, Sussman, the lawyer for Perkins Coie, contacting Jim Baker, who seems to be confused, the law firm hired by the Clintons to get Fusion GPS to generate this fake dossier. Jim Baker, general counsel for the FBI, is confused. You have to ask him, Sussman that is, why he decided to pick me. Really, Jim? Talked about that yesterday. Of course, Sussman went to the head of the FBI's general counsel. He wanted the information laundered to the top. I mentioned how he gave the information to Price Step and Stroke. The second point. On the exact same day, Jim Comey gives his July 5th speech, exonerating Hillary Clinton, but laying out devastating information. Christopher Steele, foreign spy, who Victoria Nuland was talking about, mysteriously meets with his FBI handler in London on the same day, giving him some of this information about Trump. Maybe an effort to change the narrative? Oh, all that information about Hillary that came out today during that Comey speech. We got to flip the script fast. Covered that yesterday, just kind of going over it again. Here we go. Point number 3. Steele in late July gives some of his same information to Jonathan Weiner. Again, from 2008 an employee. I don't want to get the dates wrong here, so forgive me. Because my writing's bad. It looks like 2008 to 2013. Working with APCO. We mentioned this before. Steele gives the information to Weiner, who Victoria Nuland is referencing in that sound cut there. Oh, he had a friend at the State Department. Oh, isn't that cute? A foreign spy and a friend at the State Department. July 30th, 2016. There's a meeting with Bruce Orr where the information's given to Bruce Orr and the investigation into Trump Crossfire Hurricane starts just days later. The information superhighway is real. The information laundering operation is real. Roughly the same time, Alexander Downer, the Australian diplomat in the United Kingdom, who meets with George Papadopoulos. And the allegations are that Papadopoulos mentioned something about the Russians having dirt on Hillary. That meeting, by the way, happens in May. But right around the July-August timeframe, Downer decides he's going to go to Elizabeth Dibble, the DCM, one of our embassy staff, and he's going to bring this information up about Papadopoulos to her, where it makes its way again, Joe, back to the FBI. Flood the zone. In September, Cody Shear, brother-in-law to Strobe Talbot, former high-ranking diplomat in the Clinton State Department, starts producing his own memos with Sid Blumenthal, noted Clinton hatchet man. Those memos make their way back into the State Department, too. Interestingly enough, Joe, some of the content of those dossiers seems to resemble a lot of what you see in the Christopher Steele dossier, which says to me it was never Christopher Steele's information. It was the Clinton machine the whole time.
How about that?
Christopher Steele was just a cog in the Clinton machine wheel. It's the same information. In August, right around the same time, John Brennan, who has had a briefing with Bob Hannigan from the British GCHQ at the, quote, director level, the equivalent of their NSA. John Brennan gives a briefing to Harry Reid, Democrat senator, up on the Hill. What does Reid do? Reid sends a letter to the FBI demanding an investigation. In that letter is information that was in the dossier, the same information in the Scheer memos, the Blumenthal memos, and likely the same information that was presented to Christopher Steele's FBI handler in London on the same day the Comey speech is given. Ladies and gentlemen, they flooded the zone with information in a desperate, desperate hope that this was eventually going to make it back to the FBI through multiple channels: State, DOJ, Bruce Orr, Christopher Steele, Fusion GPS, and the media. And the information, although fake, hoax, fraud, garbage, steaming pile of garbage nonsense, that given that it was heard many times and over again, that the information would appear authentic when it wasn't, and it worked. Because some idiot walked into the FISA court and raised his right hand and swore to it, even though it was fake. Oh, I got more. I'm not even close to done. I told you yesterday about Bill Prystep, who was the supervisor in the counterintelligence section running this whole thing, and why I believe he's cooperating in this case.
Yeah.
Because his name has stayed out of the scandal largely. And he was Peter Stroke's boss. This whole FBI disingenuous, fraudulent investigation into Donald Trump is being run by Prystep's division. Prystep's also the guy who tells Jim Comey not to notify Congress. Remember the sensitivity of the matter? Remember that quote to Elise Stefanik?
Yeah.
Comey's supposed to notify Congress every 3 months about sensitive counterintel. He doesn't do it. And when congressional representative, Republican side, Elise Stefanik asks him why, he goes, well, because of the sensitivity of the matter. He didn't notify Congress for 8 months. Prystep told him not to do that. Why is Prystep's name not being brought up in this outside of outlets like ours and others who are doing good investigative work? The answer, Joe, is because Prystep is likely cooperating. There's another name, Joe. There's another name here from someone who is a key player in this entire operation, and yet his name gets frequently left out. I have my suspicions about why that is. All right, I'm going to get to that in a second. This final read for another great company, and this one's going to blow your mind. All right, today's show also brought to you by Morning Recovery. This stuff is great. I use this sparingly, winking or not. Remember a few years ago when you go out, have a few drinks, and bounce? The major moments, the three major moments in this investigation where Joe Pianka is a key operator. Number one, Joe Pianka is in the room at the White House, Joe, when Mike Flynn, National Security Advisor for President Trump, is being interviewed about his conversation with Russian Ambassador Kislyak, where in the 302 it's indicated he was not lying and not being deceptive. Where is Pianka? If he wasn't being deceptive, the other agent, of course, was hack Peter Strzok, who couldn't stand Trump's people and probably couldn't stand Flynn either. Peter Strzok, Strzok and Pianka, where is Pianka? Joe, don't you think Pianka would have some valuable input as to why they believed Mike Flynn wasn't being deceptive, but was later charged essentially with deception, lying to the FBI? There's something wrong there.
Yeah.
Where is Joe Pianka? Don't worry, I'll answer it for you. Second, we now find out that after Christopher Steele, despite all of his actions to push this information through the State Department, Fusion GPS, the media, Bruce Orr, Christopher Steele, the British spy hired by Hillary to gin up this fake dossier, that even after Steele, Joe, was fired by the FBI for unauthorized contacts with the media, fired and deemed, and I'm quoting the FBI here, not myself, deemed not suitable for use as an informant,
right.
We now find out that Steele was brought back in the mix and attempts to reconnect were made by Andy McCabe after Trump got in the White House because they got desperate. Remember, he's fired in the fall of 2016. 2017 inaugurated. Sworn in, becomes president of the United States. fires Comey. Andy McCabe panics, and according to some recent stories, they try to bring Christopher Steele back despite firing him as a source. Who is his handler when Steele is dealing with Bruce Orr at the DOJ? He has a handler in the FBI. The handler's Joe Pianka. The same guy, Joe. The same guy involved in the Flynn interview.
Huh.
Where in the what's that? Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego?
Yeah.
Where in the world is Joe Pianka? Ladies and gentlemen, I have some suspicions as well that Pianka may have been involved in the interview or arrest of George Papadopoulos. So these are two moments we know about, a potential third, where a key player seems to have entirely disappeared and escaped any media scrutiny at all, outside of people who are doing the real investigative work on seriously on Twitter and elsewhere. That's where you can get all your good stuff. My suspicion is just like Bill Price, Joe, that Joe Pianka is cooperating. Now, I can't say a lot more there, but my suspicions here are Pianka is giving up the cookies, that the cookie jar is open. And I say this not to... I'm dying here. I say this because when Pianka talks, if he talks, it is going to be devastating. Pianka knows everything. Pianka was intimately involved in this thing. Pianka knows all about the information laundering operation, the effort to flood the zone and the FBI with fake information. Likely knows a lot about the Papadopoulos scandal, the targeting of Papadopoulos, the targeting of Mike Flynn. Pianka knows this. This is important. Now, given all of this, I think if Pianka is cooperating now and this comes out, this could be an absolute nightmare for the FBI because one of their own, potentially in conjunction with Bill Price, is now an irrefutable, unimpeachable source as to the actual malfeasance that occurred within the FBI. And folks, please, I can't believe I'm still getting... Joe, I've explained this now. This is like that Social Security and death penalty show we did, where no matter how many times I explained it, I still kept getting emails.
Yeah.
I love when you email me. I do. But I hate getting emails about stuff I say the opposite of, and I get email. It drives me wild. I received 4 or 5 emails yesterday from people saying, Dan, are you saying the FBI were dummies? No, I'm not saying that. I'm telling you, someone in the FBI raised their right hand and swore to fake information in court they never verified. That is the malfeasance. Andy McCabe hated Trump. Peter Strzok hated Trump. Lisa Page hated Trump. I believe there were a lot of personal, vindictive, malicious motives for law enforcement people at the top of the FBI to attack Donald Trump. But that doesn't mean that the FBI wasn't snookered a bit too. I'm not suggesting that they get a pass on this. Not even close. The whole Spygate is an indictment of people at the FBI who screwed up. Comey's lies, McCabe's lies, McCabe's vicious targeting of Mike Flynn. This was all done intentionally. I am only suggesting to you that with regards to the information they handled atrociously, maliciously, and potentially criminally with leaks, that people tried to hose them too. That's all I'm saying. It is not an absolution of their guilt in this at all. Not even close. I mean, are you tracking, Joe, what I'm saying here? Because I keep getting emails like, what do you mean, Dan? The FBI, they weren't... That's not what I said.
Well, the information didn't go through the rank and file.
It didn't go through the rank and file. The Clinton machine flooded the zone at the FBI with an attempt to influence them, and people who hated Donald Trump at the FBI ran with it.
Yeah.
But there were likely efforts to keep the verification of the information to a minimum by the Clinton team, too. In other words, not naming sources directly. If you read the dossier, it's like Russian intelligence source number 1. They never name names. They only name names on the Trump team and their Russian contacts, but never who the sources are. I'm simply suggesting the Clinton machine made it very difficult for hacks hacks at the top of the FBI to even verify it, even if they wanted to, Joe, which they didn't, is what I'm getting at. Now, with all of this stuff coming together, it's time to do Plan A, Plan B, and Plan C over again. Now, if you listen to my viral speech on YouTube where I laid all of this out, I discussed how the Obama administration, it was really a three-part plan that intersected and overlapped at points, but just for the sake of simplicity, I called it Plan A, Plan B, and Plan C. Plan A was the Obama administration's efforts to spy on the Trump team and likely others, likely using unmasking techniques and the NSA database. How do we know that? Because Mike Rogers, former head of the NSA, found some disturbing patterns in the use of the NSA database, brought it to the attention of the FISA court, which did an audit and found an astonishing number of inquiries into the NSA database that were in violation of the rules. And not to mention the information, this is according to FISA court's own documents, was being shared with private contractors. I believe strongly that was information, political information the Obama team was trying to get out of the NSA database. I believe they were also doing it by unmasking. In other words, listening in on their phone calls, pretending they were targeting foreigners when they were really targeting their political opponents. When that plan collapsed, I believe they went to Plan B, which is the FISA court. The FISA court's to flood the zone. Flood the zone at the FBI, knowing the FBI is the only law enforcement entity that'll run with this because we have a bunch of people at the top who couldn't stand Trump, including Comey. Get the FISA court, and then, Joe, it's all legal. We don't have to use unmasking, although they did. And we don't have to use the NSA database. We can just spy on people legally because of the two-hop rule. Remember the two-hop rule?
Yes, sir.
Once you get a FISA warrant on Carter Page, you can hop to everyone he emails and calls and everyone they call, which really is the entire Trump team. They had to make it, air quotes, legal. Plan C is the cover-up after Trump wins the election, the mop-up job. Bob Mueller is the only guy who can cover this up. He's conveniently connected to all of these players. He is also conveniently the FBI director in 2007. The FBI director, Joe, when the original movie script about Russian collusion is used against John McCain. Mueller's not stupid. It's Mueller's FBI who's fully aware in 2007 that this Russian collusion fairy tale has been used against a Republican presidential candidate in the past, likely by the Clinton machine, notably John McCain in 2007. Listen, do not miss yesterday's show. Now, I say I had to kind of dust this off and rework this a little bit because I believe Plan A is a little different now.
All right.
The tools used in the Obama administration's initial plan to spy on the Trump team, I'm going to add something to it. I'm not sure, Joe, they were only spying on the Trump team. Nuland seems to be awfully confident, Joe, in that sound clip we played, opening up at this segment. Victoria Nuland, this Clinton State Department official tied into all of this, that they've been doing this for a long time. He had friends in the State Department. We got the information. He didn't even charge us, Christopher Steele. Oh, wow. Isn't that great? Foreign spies not charging us for fake information. He shuttled into the FBI. Isn't that classic? So 2 changes to Plan A. Number 1, I think they were spying on a whole lot more than the Trump team. And what leads me to believe this? Joe, the FISA warrant against Carter Page, if you're going to target Page, however immoral and unethical, if you're going to create a scandal, a spy scandal, makes sense. Why? Because Carter Page already had contact with the FBI.
Yeah.
Carter Page had worked with the FBI as a source. I am not accusing Carter Page of anything. I want to be crystal clear. I'm definitely not accusing him of any criminality. I'm suggesting if you're going to open up a massive spying operation on your political opponent, it is probably best to do it with someone you're familiar with. You know, you can work with or work around. Carter Page had been in contact with the FBI in the past with regards to Russians because he became the target of a Russian spy operation and then wound up working for the FBI. I'm not saying it's right. I'm saying that if these hacks were going to do this, it made sense for them. Get in their heads, not mine. The targeting of Mike Flynn, Joe, makes all the sense in the world. Mike Flynn was an opponent of the Iran deal. Back in 2015 at this dinner he's with the Russians, Mike Flynn, there's allegations that he's with this, he's having some inappropriate conversation with this Russian female, a story entirely debunked even by the DIA person there. Obama hates Flynn. Flynn opposes his devastating Iran deal. He can't stand Flynn. What better way to discredit Flynn than to include him later in memos? Remember that show we did? How Flynn's name is included, but it's the only one not capitalized, like it was added at the last minute? Mm-hmm. Mike Flynn was already being targeted by the Obama team and their intelligence assets as far back as 2015 at this Russian dinner as a Russian spy or as a conduit to the Russians, subject to a Russian influence operation. This is nonsense, but it makes sense if you're a hack looking to target people. But why target Papadopoulos? Joe, now I'm really going to put you on the spot because I know I have a feeling. Because don't worry, the fact that I don't expect you to know this. What did Papadopoulos do before he joined the Trump team? Who did he work for? Let me give you a hint. You're from Maryland.
Yeah.
There was another presidential candidate from Maryland. He was a doctor. He's a brilliant guy. He worked at Hopkins. Did some amazing surgeries on infants. And he had a bit of a head. He confronted Obama at a prayer breakfast once. You know who that was?
Yeah, Ben Carson. Mm-hmm.
Yes, buddy. Yes. I'm sorry, poor guy, poor Joe. This guy's doing like a million things. Got to listen to. I think it's like Alex Trebek. What is Ben Carson? Who is Ben Carson? For 200. Sorry, presidential let's pick spying on presidential campaigns for 200. Alex, who did George Papadopoulos work for? Who is Ben Carson? Ding, 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 ding. Nice job, Joe. Yes, Papadopoulos had worked for Ben Carson before. What am I telling you, folks? I think it's time we ask the question. Was Papadopoulos the subject of an influence operation by our intel people, foreign intel partners, and an investigation by the FBI later, simply because they already had something going on Papadopoulos? Maybe because he was part of a prior campaign? Oh, and maybe they just weren't looking at the Trump team. Maybe it was all of them. Folks, if you're listening to my shows the past 2 weeks, how many times, Joe, we had to emphasize this is bigger than even Donald Trump. What we are talking about here, that's why my book is called Spygate and not Trumpgate and not Russiagate. The scandal, the gate after Watergate. I know some people hate it. Sometimes I hate it too, but it was the only way to sum up in one word what this is. You are looking at the biggest, most destructive spying scandal and weaponization of the United States government in modern U.S. history. An effort by a presidential administration, the Obama administration, to weaponize their assets, unmasking the NSA database, the FISA courts, the FBI, the IC, foreign intelligence partners, to destroy Mike Flynn, Carter Page, Donald Trump, George Papadopoulos, and anybody associated with them, and maybe other campaigns too. Interesting. I'll bet George knows something about that. Some people didn't know Papadopoulos worked with Carson before. Strange how he just appeared on the FBI's radar. Maybe he didn't. Okay, so plan A. I said we were going to change two things. The original plan, spy on them using the database and listening in on their calls via unmasking. Yes, what we're changing, number one, is I don't believe it was just Trump. This may have been bigger than the Trump team. The second part I want to add is the movie script. There was clearly a recycling of a narrative used in the past, thanks to our source yesterday, that had recycled a narrative already used against John McCain in 2007. The Hillary team had to know about this, and clearly the Obama team knew because Obama was John McCain's opponent. They had tried this Russian collusion story. Read the piece in yesterday's show notes by Sarah Cardiff when she was with Circa. Read the piece. It's devastating. They had tried this already. And likely the Bush intelligence community and FBI folks shut it down. Mueller was the FBI director when they tried it. Mueller probably knew about it too. What I'm telling you is plan A, someone probably goes to a meeting with the players involved in this in the Obama administration and in the Hillary team, dusts off the movie script from 2007 about Russian collusion, hammers Flynn with it at one point, has some success with Flynn with this 2015 Russian dinner. Look, he was talking to a Russian. Applies it to a couple of presidential campaigns. Let's see if they were talking to Russians too. Matter of fact, let's see if they were talking to Middle Easterners. Let's see if they were talking to anybody. Spies on them. But this was likely bigger than just spying on the Trump team. I want to modify Plan B a little bit. Plan B was clearly an effort to use the FISA court to spy on Trump to make this legal. In other words, if they get a FISA warrant, they can make this legal, legally spy on the Trump team, getting a FISA warrant against any member of the Trump team, Carter Page, and hopping to his contacts and then their contacts. A surveillance dragnet, unparalleled, but all legal. Unlike some of the illicit tapping into the database and some of the unethical use of unmasking techniques to listen in on the Trump team's calls. The slight modification I want to make to Plan B now is the only way to get that information in the FISA court, Joe, was to get the FBI, people who couldn't stand Donald Trump, to believe that there was at least some air of authenticity to it, Joe.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the Solomon piece comes in. They flooded the zone from every angle, state, DOJ, FBI, foreign intel, with the same garbage information from the same source in an effort to get these FBI guys who were involved in this and one who raised his right hand to swear to this thing. Plan C, the cover-up. They needed Bob Mueller after Trump shockingly gets elected president. Shockingly to them, not to us. Joe and I actually called it.
Mm-hmm.
Mueller's the only guy. Mueller's connected to Andy Weissman. Andy Weissman was his old buddy. They worked in the Enron case together. Weissman was also briefed about the political origins of this information before it went into the FISA courts. He picks Weissman for his special counsel team to go after Trump. Why? To cover Weissman. Rosenstein is the Uranium One United States attorney while Bob Mueller's the FBI director. While this Uranium One scandal, APCO, all this stuff is going down. Rosenstein is the deputy attorney general who picks Bob Mueller. Kathy Rumler, Obama's White House lawyer and fixer during all of this, randomly appears as the legal counsel to one of Bob Mueller's key witnesses in a case about Middle Eastern collusion, Joe. Middle Eastern collusion. Of course, she's representing a guy named George Nader's alleging Trump team members met with people from the Middle East. A same regurgitation of the collusion narrative, just with the Middle East this time. The movie script reinvigorated with new titles and new people. Finally, going full circle. As if enough Obama era and Bob Mueller era people involved in scandalous interactions with people involved in this case aren't enough. Who magically appears to represent Michael Cohen, Trump's former lawyer, as he starts cooperating with the special counsel? Lanny Davis, noted Clinton insider and hack, the very same guy who put out a PR statement yesterday saying, well, Michael Cohen's not going to testify, Cohen, former lawyer, not going to testify in front of Congress because Cohen's being threatened by Donald Trump. Who exactly is managing Michael Cohen now? Unsurprisingly, someone connected to the Clinton orbit. The Clinton machine is laughing. They're laughing. I don't think they'll be laughing for long, Joe. And the reason I don't think they'll be laughing for long is, as I told you before, to bring it all full circle. Where's Joe Pianka? Where's Bill Prystep? Why are they so quiet? Maybe they're not. Maybe that's why the media won't talk.
It is. It's a Chinese game. And that's the end of Bongino. Go as a Chinese game. People say that I'm no good and crazy as a loon. 'Cause I get stoned in the morning, I get drunk in the afternoon. I'm kinda like my old blue tick hound, I like to lay around in the shade. And I ain't got no money, but I damn sure got it made. 'Cause I ain't asking nobody for nothing if I can't get it on my own. If you don't like the way I'm living, you just leave this long-haired country boy alone. A poor girl wants to marry, a rich girl wants to flirt. A rich man goes to college and a poor man goes to work. A drunkard wants another drink of wine and a politician wants your vote. I don't want much, nothing at all, but I will take another toke. 'Cause I ain't asking nobody for nothing if I can't get it on my own. If you don't like the way I'm living, you just leave this long-haired country boy alone. There's a preacher man talking on TV. He's putting down rock and roll. He wants me to send a donation 'cause he's worried about my soul. He said Jesus walked on water. I guess that might be true. But sometimes I think that preacher man would like to do a little walking too. Hey, I ain't asking nobody for nothing if I can't get it on my own. Oh yeah. If you don't like the way I'm living, you disagree with the way I'm living, you don't like the way I'm living, just leave me alone. Hell yeah, you can make that metal. Yes, CDB. Yes, that was me, John Smith. It is I, screwing around on the guitar. Let me see here. I need to rearrange. I'm in a bad position. Fire flew from his fingertips as he rosined up his bow. And he drew the bow across the strings, and it made an evil hiss. And a band of demons joined in, and it sounded something like this. Bow, 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 bow. Yep, that's what it sounded like. There ain't no salvation at the bottom of a bottle, and there ain't no answers at the bottom of the glass you've been staring at all night. Can you feel it? Can you feel it growing in the night? Standing in the rain outside Cincinnati,
at a bus stop I've been at for hours, trying to find my way back to somewhere I've never been. Can you feel what's been growing all along? Can you feel the wind like a song? Feel that wind like a song. Just wandering in circles, nowhere really to go. I tried to find a peace of mind, but I left it long ago. Did you know that you were walking away from the best thing you'd find? Did you know you were leaving your happiness behind? Oh, far behind. And see, this is the part where I need my associate. It's actually a 2-guitar song, and he does a really beautiful lead over that. He just makes it super creamy. Yeah. I actually forgot a bunch of the lyrics, too. Dang, that sounded good. Pink Floyd vibes. So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain, and I just dropped my pick, so I'll have to get it before I get to the next part of the song, when I need my pick again. So you think you can tell heaven from hell, blue skies from pain? Can you tell a green field from a cold steel rail, a smile from a veil? Yeah, do you think you can tell? Did they get you to trade your heroes for ghosts, hot ashes for trees, warm air for a cool breeze, cold comfort for change? Did you exchange a walk-on part in a war for a leading role in a cage? Here we go. I wish you were here. We're just two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl, year after year, running over the same old ground. Have we found the same old fear? Wish you were here. Home again. I like to be there when I can, and when I come home cold and tired, it's good to warm my balls beside your fire. Far away across the field, the tolling of the iron bell brings the faithful to their knees. Heard the softly spoken magic spell. Run, rabbit, run. Dig your hole, forget the sun. And when at last your day is done, don't sit down, you gotta dig another one. Far away across the field, 10 years have got behind you. No one told you when to run. You missed the starting gun. Hell yeah. You gotta love that. Gotta love that Floyd. It's good shit, man. I hear that train a-comin'. It's coming round the bend. Ain't seen the sunshine since I don't know when. Now I'm stuck in Folsom Prison. Time keeps dragging on. Hear that lonesome whistle blow. I hang my head and cry. Well, when I was a baby, my mama told me, son, always be a good boy, don't never play with guns. But I shot a man in Reno just to watch him die. Now I'm here in Folsom Prison. I hang my head and cry. Dancing on Dirt song. Slayer Unplugged. Slayer Unplugged. Right on, folk. She said, you so rock. Well, I used to wake the morning before the rooster crowed, searching for soda bottles to get myself some dough. Run 'em down to the corner, down to the country store, cash 'em in and give my money to the man named Curtis Lowe. Old Kurt was a black man with white curly hair, and when he had a fifth of wine, he did not have a care. People said he was useless, and people long ago. Curtis Lowe was the finest picker to ever play the blues. I think old Cut was 60, and I was maybe 10. Mama used to whoop me, but I'd go see him again. I clap my hands, stomp my feet, try to stay in time. I'd give old Cut my money, he'd pay away the time. Oh. Play me a song. I don't remember all the lyrics. I'm trying to think ahead and remember lyrics here. You got me singing a song I haven't played in a long time. Actually, I need to get some coffee because my throat is absolutely just ragged. So what I'm going to do, hopefully, come on, really?
All across the fruited plain, great to have you with us. El Rushbo and the EIB.
There we go. Can you guys hear that?
800-282-2882. The email
Running a note analyzer?
El Rushbo at EIB.
Yeah, good luck with that. I tuned my shit way off.
Okay, so the news is the president folded. The president caved on the State of the Union. He backed down to Pelosi, who refuses to open up the chamber. You know, the drive-bys and their acolytes are always painting Trump as autocrat, dictator, Hitler, despot.
Yeah,
what do you call the...
I'll be right back.
The woman who is dictating...
I got to get some
House
coffee.
chamber not be used for an address to the nation by the President of the United States. And now the excuses are, well, it isn't any big deal. Nobody watches the State of the Union. Well, enough people watch it for the Democrats to always want to do a response to the damn thing. Pelosi does not want Trump getting a national forum. Pelosi does not want Trump having a national bully pulpit in the format of a State of the Union. I mean, she can't stop him from doing press conferences or rallies or any of that, but she's losing this thing. This is what's hard to see about this, and the reason it's hard, folks, and I know some of you are going to think I'm nuts, is you cannot see what's literally going on the Democrat side of things because the media is simply not going to tell you. The AP has a story today which is Malpractice 101. It is a story about the near total unity on the Democrat side of the aisle. There isn't total unity, and each day there are more and more Democrats in the House who are starting to express misgivings about this. They're upset about two things. They don't like the fact that their speaker is intolerant of any view that is not hers. They don't like the idea that their party is acting in a way. Now, it's not a lot of them now, but they're there, and they're not being reported. You're not being told about them. They are concerned that their party is going to be seen as intransigent and uncooperative and denying the President of the United States a duly appointed constitutional task, the State of the Union, and then also in the mix, they're worried about the issue. They're worried about immigration. They're worried about how it's going to,
Why, thank you.
The long run, impact them. This
Thank you. You are so kind. Your compliments are awesome. Does wonders for my ego. I'm glad you like it. Was a violinist but wanted to play guitar. Yeah, nice. Oh, hey, look. You guys can maybe help me out. I'm having a momentary brain fart about a song. Oh yeah, I got to do that. I ain't even did it yet. All right, live chat. There we go. Bingo bango. Yep, there we go. All right, you guys, listen to the song. It's just a piece of a. Actually, hold on. Yeah, I can do it. It's a piece of a song that's in my head, and it's from something else, but I don't know what it is. And if anybody knows what it is, please tell me. No, dude, it's like something from the 80s. Because it gets real hard then after that. It does that. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. What see? When it's. Oh, geez, what is this? God, it's right on the tip of my tongue. I don't know. I'll remember it. It'll come back to me. This is the problem with my head. I've got 100,000 songs in there that I've learned at one time or another. And, like, I don't always remember them for all time. Like, I learn them, I play them, do a show or whatever, and that's it. Like, I may never play the thing again for 10 years. But, you know. Anyway. Oh, wait. Do you think that it's over? Yeah. Yeah, that's it. Tesla. You see, our love is gonna reach the end. Every time you call, night or day, I'll be right here for you. When you reach the end, it's gonna take a little time. Yeah, I know it's wrong. I've never tried to play this one before. That's why it's fucked up. I'm just kind of picking through it in my head. I could actually figure that song out if you gave me a handful of minutes. I just remembered that first little lick that. You know what I mean? That first little riff or whatever you call it. Yeah, I'm just picking through my head. I never learned that song before. That's not one that I've ever put together. On a cold summer's evening, on a train bound for nowhere, I met up with a gambler. We were both too tired to sleep, so we took turns of staring out the window at the darkness. The boredom overtook us, and he began to speak. He said, "Son, I made a life out of reading people's faces, knowing what the cards were by the way they held their eyes. So if you don't mind my saying, I can see you're out of vases, and for a taste of your whiskey, I'll give you some advice." So I handed him my bottle, and he drank down my last swallow. Then he bombed a cigarette and asked me for a light. And the night got deathly quiet, and his face lost all expression. Said, if you're gonna play the game, boy, you better learn to play it right. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there's time enough for counting. When the dealing's done. Man, my throat is ragged. What is going on right now? Yes, that's the song, Southern Belle. Jesus. Drink, drink, drink. More beverage. Yeah, right? Ohio in January. Shit. All right, I need a break. Hold on. I gotta smoke. What the hell did I do with my smokes? There we go. Yeah, it's coffee. I'm sucking it down because I'm dying here. You bet it will. Except it's not a cigarette, it's a cigar. Which is probably worse on my voice, really. But out of smokes, God, that sucks. All right. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never found your money. When you're sitting at the table, there's time enough for counting. When the dealing's done, now every gambler knows that the secret to surviving is knowing what to throw away and knowing what to keep. 'Cause every hand's a winner and every hand's a loser, and the best that you can hope for is to die in your sleep. And when he'd finished speaking, he turned back towards the window, crushed out his cigarette, and faded off to sleep. And somewhere in the darkness, the gambler, he broke even. But in his final words, I found an ace that I could keep. You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, know when to run. You never count your money. When you're sitting at the table, there's time enough for counting. When the dealing's done. All right, I kind of got through one. Yay. Blah, blah, blah. Well, the first time that I got it from the girl next door, I was just 10 years old. I went to the doctor and he gave me the cure. And now I got it some more. I got the cat scratch fever. I got the cat scratch fever. You know the cat scratch fever. I got the cat scratch fever. Meow. I was way wrong. What were you wrong about, buddy? The old guy's guitars? I'm playing rock and roll on an old guy's guitar. Yeah. I only play black metal on old guys' guitars. Hold on. There it is. On the grandpa's guitars. Night, 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 night falls and I'm alone. Skin, skin, skin chills me to the bone. Wrong, wrong, wrong can't be undone. Oh yeah, I slept from the tip of my tongue. Blue on black, tears on a river, push on a shove, it don't mean much. Joker on Jack, match on a fire, cold on ice, it's a dead man's touch. Whisper on a scream, doesn't change a thing, doesn't bring you back. Hey, yeah, blue on black. Oh, yeah, blue on black. Hell yeah, man. Kenny Wayne Shepherd. Somebody singing. That'd be me, Techno. What's up, bro? Happy birthday. How old is you now? No, that is not a Kid Rock song. Ah! Ah! Gambit! Ah! Oh, nice, man. My name's John Lee Pettimore, same as my daddy and his daddy before. I came down here. He only come to town about twice a year. He buy 100 pounds of sugar and some copper line. And everybody know that he made moonshine. Well, the revenue... Oh, I gotta turn it back up. Well, the revenue man wanted granddaddy bad. Headed up the hollow with everything he had. Before my time, it's before my God damn it, I'm out of tune. Hold on, I gotta tune my shit back up to regular tuning. It's fucking me up. I was in drop D. I was like, holy shit. Well, the revenue man wanted granddaddy bad. Headed up the holler with everything he had. It's before my time, but I've been told you better keep away from Copperhead. Jesus, where's my fucking head at, man? You better keep away from Copperhead Road. Copperhead Road. Yeah, I fucked it all up. I'd have to start it over to get it right again. God bless it, but you get the idea. It's the only concert where you never hear a full song. I know that song, but I mean, like, a lot of this stuff is just old, man. I haven't played this shit in years. I'm trying to dig it up out of my memory. Well, the revenue man wanted granddaddy bad. Yeah, it'll come back, you know. I haven't had to play these things for anybody else in a long time, so yeah. Pat's Cliffhangers. That's right, man. You never know what you're going to get, bro. Kenny had some personal issues, huh? Most great musicians do. Alice in Chains, huh? Hold on for a second. I want to try something right quick. Hold on for a second. I'm looking for something. J. Smith's printed lies. We faced up at the time. And yet I fight, and yet I fight battles all alone. Oh, no one to cry to, no place to call home. gift of self is raped. My privacy is raped. And yet I find repeating in my head, yeah, if I can't be my own, I'd feel better dead. Oh, dang. It's Alice in Chains. Hey, lady, you got what I need. And baby, walk a while with me. Darling, 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 you got so much. Just like Led Zeppelin. Damn it. Southern tunes. Ain't found no way to kill me yet. Eyes burn with stinging sweat. Gloria, please send me pictures of my boy. Yeah. Walking tall machine gun man. They spit on me in my homeland. Oh God, please, won't you help me make it through? Yeah. Gloria, please, send a picture of my boy. God, I love that song. Oh my goodness. You sell roofs. You got a house? I got a roof. I'll sell it to you. Gloria, please send me pictures of your boobs. Yeah. See, now that's something that, you know. All right. You got to quit doing that. My evil pop filter is giving me the blues here. Hold on. I got to stay. Just a little right there. Perfect. I do have a goat. In fact, I have two. I can't believe you never asked what their names are. It's Sid and Nancy. They're the Sex Pistols goats, you know. Why am I all out of tune? Jesus Christ. Hold on, I gotta tune this thing. There it is. On a dark desert highway, cool wind in my hair, warm smell of colitas. I'm not going to be able to get there tonight. My voice is not going to do that one. Maybe on a better night. Oh, dude, my throat is ragged. It's dry out here. It's the air is like it just sucks the moisture out of everything. Right on, DZ. I got you. Right through distorted eyes. Now you have to learn. The emperor of time is here, and now you have to burn. Yeah. The executioner of time. Can we request? Yes, you can request. Just a good old boy, never meaning no harm. It beats all you never saw, been in trouble with the law since the day they was born. Straightening the curves, flattening the hills. But someday the mountain might get 'em, but the law never will. Making the way, the only way they know how. And that's just a little bit more than the law will allow. Just a good old boy, never meaning no harm. Beats all you never saw, been in trouble with the law since the day they was born. Straightening the curves, flattening the hills. Yeah, someday the mountain might get 'em, but the law never will. Yeah, someday the mountain might get 'em, but the law never will. That's right. $20 bill in an envelope never hurts, man. Let's see here. Hold on, I'll post the whole thing. Give me a second here. Make it rain. Got to take care of the starving artists. That's right. Right on, DZ. And hi, DZ's kid. Thanks for coming to hang out with us. Well, Lucius Clay was a... Jesus. I can do that one. Jesus. Billy Joel. I ain't no piano player. Well, I kind of am, but... The devil went down to Memphis. Where the devil went to Jamaica. He was looking to sell some weed. He was in a bind, he was way behind, and it was excellent weed indeed. Well, he come upon a young man who was likewise peddling pot. Pulled out a bag of sticky green buds and said, "Boy, let me tell you what. Well, I guess you kind of guessed it, but I'm a reefer head, of course. And if you care to take a dare, I think mine's better than yours." Oh, yeah, man. Good news from Retta? Yeah. What good news does Retta have? damn, not like that. Not ripping off the riffs. Oh, on the flatted fifth side. It's just nasty blues, jazz, fusion, madness. That's the sort of song that gets my fingers moving. Playing What's That Tune With Me? That song that's actually a jazz tune that I wrote a long time ago, man. There's a bunch of lead parts and stuff that go to it. It's called Silky Smooth if you want to know the name of it. I'm sure it's similar to a lot of songs. I mean, there's only so many chords. It sounds a little bit different, like the texture of it changes a bit when the other instruments get added to it. Oh, thanks, Tim. Oh, yeah, here's one. Living on sponge cake, watching the sun bake, and all of the tourists are covered in oil. On my front porch swing with my old six string. And now I know I haven't a clue. I'm wasting away again in Margaritaville, looking for my lost shaker of salt. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's my own damn fault. Stepped on a pop top, blew out my flip-flop, went down a hill and I cruised on back home. Booze in the blender, the miracle mender, a frozen concoction that helps me hang on. I'm wasting away again in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaker of salt. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's nobody's fault. Been here all season, ain't got no reason, but nothing to show but this brand new tattoo. She's a real cutie, a Mexican beauty. And how I got here, you know I haven't a clue. Wasting away again in Margaritaville, searching for my lost shaker of salt. Some people claim that there's a woman to blame, but I know it's somebody else's fault. In a bar in Toledo, down by the depot, on a bar stool, she took off her ring. Thought I'd get closer, so I walked on over. I sat down and asked her name. When the drinks finally hit her, she said, I'm no quitter, when I gotta stop living on dreams. I'm hungry for laughter and here ever after. I'm after whatever the other life brings. In the mirror I saw him, I closely watched him. Right, the beach bars in Florida, right on. Yeah, I don't know what I want to play next. So close, no matter how far. Couldn't be much more from the heart. Forever trusting who we are, and nothing else matters. Trust I seek and I find in you. Every day for something new. Open minds for a different view. And nothing else matters. Never cared for what they do. Never cared for what they know. I need more guitars. I need my electric guitars to kick in when I want them to. It's so sad playing by myself. There's no Kachunka. Right? There's no distortion. Con! God, that annoys me. Who needs an electric? Fucking electric. It's early morning, the sun comes out. It's real raining and it's pretty loud. The night is killing and the bright breaks loose. For someone to choose, yeah. Rock you like a hurricane. Oh, man. All right, I'm going to have another cigarette and decide what I want to play next, because I'm just fucking around at this point.
Quit screwing around and do something serious. You're just screwing around.
Oh, nice. Sweet, Deborah. That's one of the bands I missed. I never got to see the Scorpions. I would have loved to see them live. I saw a bunch of live bands, though. You scroll around too much. You're a bum, Rocky. You're a bum. You hear that, Rock? You dang bums. Oh, my goodness. Times have changed and times are strange. I'm coming home, but I ain't the same. Mama, I'm coming home. Now and then, it seems to me you could have been a better friend to me. Mama, I'm coming home. That's right. I spent a lot of time away from home. It's about all I thought about for about 20 years. I had 2 decades worth of wanting to be home. I was a real fan of them songs. And there's another one that's close to that too. This one, that she never mentions the word addiction in certain company. She tell you that she's an orphan after you meet her family. She wears her eyes as black as night now. She pulls those shades down tight. Yeah, it's a sad song. Well, she talks to angels. She says they call her out by her name. Black Crowes, man. Good music, man. There's a lot of good tunes out there. I need to sit down and put a few of these back together, like beginning to end. I haven't had to do that in a while. I should be more motivated. Ain't life a great ride? When I look into your eyes, huh? Yeah. Just shit going through my head. Sweet Child of Mine. She's got eyes of the bluest skies, and if they thought of rain, I'd hate to look into her eyes and see an ounce of pain. Her hair reminds me of a warm, safe place where, as a child, I lie and pray for the thunder and the rain to quietly pass me by. Ah, sweet child of mine. Oh, 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 sweet love of mine. Hey, thanks, man. I need my band, though. I really need a band. Bobby McGee? Yeah, I could probably get through that one. Well, I was busted flat in Baton Rouge, waiting for a train. I was feeling near as faded as my jeans. And Bobby flagged the diesel down just before it rained. Wrote a song on the way to New Orleans. Well, I pulled my harpoon out of my dirty red bandana. I was playing soft while Bobby played the blues. Windshield wipers slapping time, I was holding Bobby's hand in mine. We sang every song that driver knew. Freedom is just another word for nothing left to lose. And nothing, ain't nothing, honey, if it ain't free. And feeling good was easy, Lord, when Bobby sang the blues. And feeling good was good enough for me. Good enough for me and my Bobby McGee. From the Kentucky coal mine to the California sun, me and Bobby shared the secrets of our soul. Through all kinds of weather and everything we done, yeah, Bobby, baby, and me, we would be together. One day out near Salinas, I let him slip away. She's looking for that home, and I hope she finds it. 'Cause I'd trade all of my tomorrows for one single last today, to be holding Bobby's body next to mine. And freedom is just another word for nothing left to lose. Well, it was originally wrote for a girl named Bobby. Chris Christopherson is the original author of that song, and he wrote it about a girl named Bobby. Bobbie, actually. With a vocalist girlfriend. Yeah, there you go. Yes, Chris Christopherson, the actor. He actually wrote a lot of songs that people don't know about. La da da, la da 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 da. The Dude. Right on, man. Let's do this other one, man. We're going to do... Here we go. In the shuffling madness of locomotive breath runs the all-time loser, shuffling to his death. Of the piston scraping, steam breaking on his brow. Oh, Charlie, pull the handle, and the train, it won't stop going, no way to slow down. Hey, 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 yeah. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. watched his children jump off at stations one by one. His woman and his best friend in bed and having fun. Laid around the corridor on his hands and knees. Old Charlie stole the handle in the train. It won't stop going, no way to slow down. Hey, 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 yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. Oh. He hears the silence howling, catch angels as they fall. And the all-time winner has got him by the balls. The Gideon's Bible is open at page 1. I think God stole the handle in the train. It won't stop going, no way to slow down. Man, I mangled my E string on that song. Mangled it. That was terrible. Well, the devil and unicorn danced all around, marveling at the sound of 1,000 voices in the wind. Drop the D. You're welcome. It's a highway song, let it on and on, and the road I'm on. "24 people, right on, man. Hello, everyone. It's a highway song, I'm letting on and the road I'm on. Yeah. Yeah. Bam, 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 ba-da, bam, 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 bam. Good shit, man. Love that. Let me see, what else will I play? I want to play something else. Let me see. Yeah, I know some Rush. I mean, a little bit. Death Before Disco, that's right. And the men who hold high places must be the ones who start to mold a new reality closer to the heart, closer to the heart. Well, the blacksmith and the artist each must know his art to mold a new creativity just closer to the heart, closer to the heart, closer to the heart. Wow! And then lead, more electric guitar that I don't have. Closer to the heart. Bonnie McGee. Was it Bonnie? Right on. Sounds like a good show, Southern Belle. Love on the Rocks. Yeah, dude, it's kind of hard to do those solo, man. like if you gave me a band, I could play it for you. Some songs you just really can't do by yourself. It's just not. It ain't the same. Written on the dot, baby, watching down. Yeah. Let me see. There we go. You said we're done. You packed up your stuff. It's really over. You said you'd had enough. There's one thing that I'd like to say before you leave. Fuck you, bitch. You broke my heart. Fuck your friends for tearing us apart. Fuck your dog. I hope he never comes home. Fuck you, bitch. I hope you wind up alone. Now you're gone. You packed up my stuff. I'm jerking off to pictures on my cell. But before I swipe on your face, I just scream. Fuck you, bitch. You broke my heart. Fuck your friends for tearing us apart. Fuck your dog. I hope he never comes home. Fuck you, bitch. Hope you wind up alone. Hope you wind up alone. The word is out. You found someone new. Well, I hope he does it for you. I'd just like to say one thing, you know, before you leave. Fuck you, bitch. You broke my heart. Fuck your friends for tearing us apart. Fuck your dog. I hope he never comes home. Fuck you, bitch. I hope you wind up alone. Fuck you, bitch. I hope you wind up alone. This is an angry song. Why, thank you. That was Wheeler Walker Jr. Wheeler Walker Jr. did Fuck You, Bitch. He also did I Like to Smoke Pot a Lot. And that's a good song, too. Good night, Cleveland. That's nasty. No, I haven't learned that one yet. That's going to be my next Wheeler Walker song, though. child arrived just the other day. He came to the world in the usual way, but there were planes to catch and bills to pay. He learned to walk while I was away, and he was talking for I knew it. Yeah. And the cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you're coming home, son, I don't know when. We'll get together then, Dad. You know we'll have a good time then. Yeah. Ugly Kid Joe does a really good job on that song. I'm trying to remember some of these signature licks and shit that used to go with these songs. Sailing by Rod Stewart. Yeah. Yeah, that's Tears in Heaven. Would you know my name if I saw you in heaven? Would you feel the same? Yeah, all good, Pop. Jesus. Oh, my God. Yeah, right in the middle of a song. Yeah, it's a sad song for everybody, man. Tears in Heaven, Dallas. Yeah, it's Layla. You got me on my knees, Layla. I'm begging, darling, please, Layla. Lay, lady, lay. Oh, yeah. Oh, Clapton is a beast, man. He's one of my heroes. That dude is what a wicked game you play. wanna fall in love. That's kind of a, like, I know it's supposed to be a love song, but it's kind of creepy sounding. Let me see. I already did that one. I did most of it anyway. You want me to do it again? Lord, I'm wasted and can't find my way home. Yeah, I played most of it. Loud and proud. Well, I was busted flat in Baton Rouge, waiting for a train. I was feeling near as faded as my jeans. And Bonnie sang the diesel down just before it rained. And we wrote a song on the way to New Orleans. Well, I pulled my harpoon out of my dirty red bandana. I was playing soft while Bobby sang the blues. Windshield wipers slapping time, I was holding Bonnie's hand in mine. And we sang every song that driver knew. Freedom is just another word for nothing left to lose. And nothing, ain't nothing, honey, if it ain't free. And feeling good was easy, Lord, when Bobby sang the blues. And feeling good was good enough for me. Good enough for me and my Bobby McGee. From the Kentucky coal mines to the California sun, me and Bobby shared the secrets of our soul. Through all kinds of weather and everything we've done, and Bobby, baby, and me, we'll be together. And one day out near Salinas, and let us slip away. And she's looking for, now I'm losing it. Listen to my voice. This is pathetic. I'm sorry. I gotta quit. My voice is cracking. I can't even hit a note, man. I'm toe up from the flow up. Yeah, maybe I'll make another cup of something to drink. Oh, excuse me. Yuck, yuck, yuck. All right, man. You have a good night, Southern Belle. Take it easy, lady. Yeah. I'm sorry, Ange. My voice is just gone. We'll do it again on another day. What the hell? What the? Ah, come on. Oh, wow. He did it in a weird language, too.
The hell is that? Pig Latin? Yeah, I caught it. I had to go back and look at it. I wasn't even paying attention. I was like, what the hell is he? What did he write? Yeah, I went back and caught it the second time I saw that.
Engines on a wall, this lack of any desire to stop the massive flow of illegals across the border. So
Right.
we've even
Hold
got
on. Stop. That's not what I want. All right. Since we all seem to be in a musical mood, I'm going to go ahead and no, shit. No, I guess I'm not. Wow. This sucks, man. All right. Let me see. Here we go. Bring up something here. Here we go. That looks like a good one.
It's actually under your budget.
That's great.
No, it's not great. That's a commercial, so I'm shutting you off. I know, right, Dallas? This is called Wanderlust. It's an ambient and chill step mix. So you search it under Wanderlust, WANDERLUST, Wanderlust. I'm just saying. I was like, at first, I was like offended. I was like, holy shit, he banned. I'm offended. And then I was like, wait, it's Seinfeld. That's not so bad. No soup for you. Oh, dude, no, I, that's okay. I hear you, man. You're all right. If you went too far outside the lines, I'd tell you. No soup for you. No, well, I know you can, but don't do it. My point is that the only person who can permanently get rid of somebody in my room is me. I'm not a huge ego sort of guy, but I think that's the only way to keep it under control. Yeah, it's probably the guys that got banned. But you got to be careful in here, man. You come in the door talking crazy, you get gunned down in my room, man. Oh, no, you can time them out. Hide them for 300 seconds. Bang that ass. Because when they go, because see, that's my signal. When you guys bang one, then I pay attention because I'm like, uh-oh, we got one to go. And then I go check stuff out, and usually I'm on my job. If he's too far out of line, I bounce him pretty quick. Yeah, I know. I had the same reaction that I did about the Seinfeld thing. I was like, yeah, I don't care, he's gone. Bang that ass. Bang it. They come through the door starting shit. Stress test them teeth. But I mean, let's face it, that's why I've got a buttload of mods in my room, you know, because I want people to know if you come in here starting any kind of shit, your duration of stay here is going to be awful fucking short. That's right. Absolutely, Sing. Counting them Nicholas. I am Count Nigula. I want to suck your watermelon. Blah. All right, guys. We're close enough to midnight. I'm going to call it for tonight. I didn't get all my content loaded, so I'm going to call it a day. And I'm going to do it just like this.
My way back, gotta find my swampy home. Gotta find my way back, back to the swamp where I belong. Been gone such a long time. Mama, I'm coming home. Gotta find my way back. Gotta find my Louisiana home. Gotta find my way back. Way down south where I belong. Been 10 years in prison. Mama, I'm coming home. Where the bodies in the swamp were hidden. Mama, I'm coming home. No, I took the money. I took the money and I hid it good. No, I took the money, buried it deep out in them woods. 10 years in prison. Mama, I'm coming home. Where the bodies in the swamp were hidden. Mama, I'm coming home. Gotta find my way back. Gotta find my swampy home. Gotta find my way back. Deep in the swamp where I belong. Been gone such a long time. Mama, I'm coming home. Been gone such a long time. Mama, I'm coming home. Oh yeah. Get that crawfish pie ready, Mama. And that gilly gumbo. You don't know what I've been eating.
That's right. Y'all have a good night. Thanks a lot for coming out. I'm glad you enjoyed the music.